Hey everyone, it's Sue here, and I'm going to start to work on my, what do I want to call it? I guess my spiritual path for this year of 2018. With the changes I have going on in my life, I'm certainly looking for direction from God. And from a previous video, which you can certainly check out, and I'll try to link below. I am going to start with the word guidance, and I showed in the previous video that from this book, the Proverbs 16:9 definitely jumped out to me. This version, what version is this? This is the New Life version. The mind of a man plans his way, but the Lord shows him what to do. So that's the verse that just really hits home with me. And here's the New Living Translation. We can make our plans, but the Lord determines our steps. Wow. That's what I need in my life, right? So that's really what I'm focusing on. And I don't know. I think I'm just going to go ahead and start. So I am working on, in this particular journal, which I have a couple pages done already from, my goodness, like a year and a half ago. I did go ahead and gesso these pages with the Art Basics clear gesso. And I did pull out a few things. Some of them are illustrated faith, and some are not. And normally I use, different ephemera and whatever, maybe in a different way than they're intended to be. But I do think that I am going to use these tabs as tabs. Imagine that. So that's kind of my plan. I did pull out this little used tin to put the different cards and tip-ins and tabs and just all the different things from the, from my previous video. And I wanted to put them all together. And as I was looking through this particular, this is a planner little book that has a lot of stuff in it. And for this particular day, where I'm talking about guidance and this particular scripture where we can make our plans, but the Lord determines our steps, I'm going to use this. She turned her can'ts into cans and dreams into plans. I am using that. That is so perfect for this particular page that I just have to use it. So I'm just going to kind of move forward here. I will probably go into fast forward here. I don't know. We will see. And we're going to do this. So here goes. All right. So that is probably going to end up there. So I can put the tabs like this so I can read them when the journal is closed. I thought about covering this whole, the 2 pages with, some sort of a paint, probably acrylic like I usually do. But I figure, no, I'm going to do this just a little bit different than I might otherwise. Come on. There we go. All right. So I'm going to actually start with this particular, let's see, I'll put it over here. It doesn't have the lines. And let's see how straight I can get it, right? All right, so there we go. So this is a little quote that I think is perfect for this particular day. Now, I'm also going to use this tip-in And this is from Illustrated Faith. And it says, God is doing new things. And I definitely want to use all of these because I think they're super cute. And I'm going to use the owl in this case because I think, with the glasses, wisdom and, it just, I think is perfect. I really wanted to use the bear with the coffee because as many of you know, I do love my coffee. But I'm going to put this little owl guy right here, which I think is super cute, just to add a little something to the card. I also have some distress inks. I recently purchased these. A lot of my older inks that I had kind of just, I don't know, they just kind of dried. I mean, not, So anyway, so I needed to get some new inks. So I'm going to try not to say so as often as I do, because I know I say it a lot in my videos. I'm going to work on that. I am going to work on that. I should count how many times I say that word in a video. But just to bring a little bit more definition to the card, I'm going to go ahead and just give it a little bit of an outline. And on the back of this, I will be putting a prayer. Just, something that I have on my mind. What I am seeking, how I need, God's guidance during this time. So that's going to end up going there, which is super cute. And I have this washi, and I definitely want to use washi. I like using washi on my pages. And I put washi all different ways on pages. I don't really have, I don't know. Sometimes I like things straight. I put washi sideways. I do all kinds of stuff with my washi. But on this page, I'm liking that. A little kit or a little pack of washi that I got at Michael's had these little thin ones in it. So I want to use this too. I don't use a lot of thin washi, but I figured let me pull it out and let me get it on here. Why the heck not, right? Don't hold on to it. Use it. Use your stuff. So I don't know if any of you know, but if you watched me back in the day, over a year ago, then you would probably know that one of the places I like to do research when it comes to, the Bible and just, it's good to look different places to get, obviously the Bible is first and foremost, but it's good to look, different places to maybe get a little bit different perspective or a better understanding of something, that type of thing. So one of the places that I go oftentimes is the Webster Dictionary from 1828. So if you can, it's online. So you can Google Webster Dictionary 1828 and it will come up, and you can type in the word guidance or any word that you choose. And I love it because from 1828, the majority of the definitions have scripture. They have scripture. And I love that because that is kind of gone now, right? That is not how the dictionary is anymore. You know, I'm just going to cut these because I want them to lay flat. Don't have to, but I don't like the way they're laying on there, so this way they're going to lay flat. Okay, so that's it so far. I definitely want to, well, this great little washi. It says, God is love with little hearts. I don't know. I don't know if I can get that onto this page today. So let's see. So this is what I have so far. Not a lot of color so far, which is very unusual for me. Gosh, ooh, I like that there too. Ooh, and then I can actually, oh, I like that. And then I can actually, well, you know, I can make it a tip-in in the middle of the page. That's what I'm going to do, as opposed to in the I want to call it a seam. That's not the right word. You know, in the spine. I think I'm going to put this guy right there. Oh, I love it. And then it'll still turn because I'm going to put it with washi, and then I can write my prayer on the back, because a lot of times, you know, our prayers are private. So I think that's what I'm going to do. So I need some good washi to hold this on. And I think I'll use this. And then I will come back. I just don't want to, you know, a lot of times, I don't know, I have this thing about using the end of washi because I'm afraid that it's not going to be strong enough. Now this says happiness, and it happens to be the right colors. And I kind of like it. So I'm going to go up to the word God. So I don't cover God is doing a new thing. I'm going to take another piece of this washi. Obviously, you can use any washi that you have if you're following along. And I'm going to put this here. All right. Oh, that's perfect. I like it. I like it. And then this way, again, I can keep my prayer private. And then this is going to go up here. And I think I'm going to go ahead and staple that right in there. And let's get that done. Now, I am being aware of the other side to make sure that I'm not interfering. Like originally, I was going to put it here, but I don't need to do that. I can put it up at the top of the page. And I'm just going to use my tiny attacher. And I'm just going to, whoops, put 2 little staples in it. And I guess I'm not going fast forward because I'm still talking. Oh my gosh. Okay. So, and like all these little pieces of washi, I'm keeping because I'll use those on a Rolodex card or something like that. Okay, so I am liking this very, very, very much. Now, I want to get, I think, I don't know. I have so many ideas. Sometimes it's hard for me to cut things back and you know, I want to do everything. I was going to use Faith, Hope, Dreams. Well, Faith, Hopes, and Dreams on this page, but I'm not going to because it's too much. I already have this. This would be overkill. It would take away from this particular quote, which I don't want it to, but I do absolutely positively want to pull in this scripture. So again, it's Proverbs 16:9. We can make our plans, but the Lord determines our steps. And that's the New Living Translation version, which is one of my favorite versions of the Bible. I find it very easy to read. All right, so what I do want to do, without a doubt, is get that scripture on here, as well as I want to get some flowers on here and color them in with the inks. So the first thing I'm going to do is get the scripture on here. So I'm like looking around my desk to see what I should use. I mean, I have paint pens, I have Pitt pens, I have Zig writers, I have just regular, micro pens and that kind of thing. But I'm thinking I want to pull in maybe one of these colors right here. So I am looking at my whoops, oh, wrong way, at my Faber-Castell, the Pitt pens. And let's see, so I'm thinking one of these colors right here would be nice. This looks really nice, but I think it's going to be too light. So I'm going to go with this. Yeah, I'm going to go with this particular color, which I can tell you what it is in a second. Let me see. Is that the color I want? Let's see what we have here. I could go more. Isn't that funny? I have like all these pens. I mean, because I have another like 30 of them sitting over here, not even in that little case. And it's like, what? I can't seem to, oh, you know what? Here we go. This is what I want. This is going to be better. I like this shade better. So this is cobalt green. Doesn't look green to me, but okay. It looks blue to me. And I think what I'm going to do, so this is the brush tip that has the B. And I'm going to just write around this card. Okay, so I'm going to start by just writing and nothing. Oh no, you know what? That's not going to cut it. That is too soft. I need something with a more fine tip on it. You know what? I keep going back to these pens. Pigma Graphic Archival ink. I keep going back to these. I really, really, really like the tip on these. This one's browner and that one's blacker. So I want the black one. I'm going to go with this. It has a really nice tip to it. And that's what I want here. So Proverbs. And it's going to be Proverbs 16:9. And I'm just going to write it. So we can, nothing fancy. I don't do fancy writing, although I do like to try once in a while. But so we can make our plans but the Lord determines I'm going to go around the little edge here. Determines, so I can continue writing that way, but it's going to end up upside down here. So determines, this is kind of weird, I guess, because should I turn and go our steps? That's what I'm going to do. So determines, and I'm going to write this in capital, our steps. And I don't like measure things out to make sure that I'm going to end at the right spot. I just kind of get to the end of it and just kind of figure out what I'm going to do. That's just how I do it. Okay, so I like that a lot. That's going to give me plenty of room to write a prayer in here. I like. So I do want to get, I don't know, I'm a flower kind of gal, and I definitely want to get a few flowers over here. So I will use the same pen, and because it is archival ink, I know that it's not going to move when I put some water with these and kind of color them in. So I know that it will be okay. I'm trying to think what kind of, I think maybe I'll just do like a couple rose type flowers. So I kind of do flowers differently every time I do flowers, but I so much enjoy flowers. So, you know, all I'm doing is going around and making the flower bigger so that the petals of the flower looks like that. I think one of the hardest things that I have when I'm drawing a flower is when to stop, because I want to just keep going. I draw a straight line for the stem. Now I can put the leaves down here, but I think I'll do, and this is something else that I'm really trying to learn, because for some reason I have a hard time making these leaves, and I don't know why. I just do. I think I'm just going to leave that like that, and I'm going to put another one. I'll do a littler one, similar. And again, all I'm doing is going around, and all you do is make sure that you come back and you're touching a previous petal of the flower. You can make, you know, each petal where it's really wavy, or you can do it where it's has no waves. You can make it look more like a rose, or not. All right, I think that's it. I don't want to go too big on this side. And I'll do the same thing. I have to practice. I need to find some YouTube videos. I mean, and there's like a gazillion, but on, like, I watch people make these leaves down here under the flower, and I love what they do, and then I do it, and I'm like, oh, I don't like that. And I just might come on top of these little pieces of washi and put a little bit of like a matte medium or something over them. All right, so that's the flowers. Now I want to use some colors of the Distress ink. And as I'm sure all of you have seen, I'm going to just put some on my mat. I just want a little bit of color. That is Cracked Pistachio. I think I'll pull in a little bit of Abandoned Coral. Let's see, Abandoned Coral. I can always put, you know, more down if I need to. And I want a deeper color. I'm going to pull in this deeper green, which is Lucky Clover. And I might end up pulling in one more color, but I'm going to start with those, like maybe some yellow. I do like to have yellow in my flowers. I think it pulls out the other colors. That's mustard seed, but I'm going to hold that to the side. So I'm just going to take my little cup of water, and I need, grab a tissue from over here. I put my brush in there, and you know, I'm going to start with the darker color, which was the Lucky Clover, and I'm just going to pull in. I just want a little bit of color. This is supposed to look very watercolory. New word, watercolory. And on the inside petals on this one, I'm going to go with that darker color. And with this one, I'm going to do it a little bit differently. I'm going to just do the insides, or the closer to the middle of the flower, a little darker. And on almost all of them, if not all of them. So it's just a totally different look than this one here. Just two different styles of shading. I mean, this is shading, right? You can't have one color when you're coloring something, because then it doesn't look real. Not that I'm the best at this by any means, and but it does give it more of a realistic look. So any way that you like to add multiple colors onto an image is how you should do it. And if you don't have a way, here's a couple different ways, that I'm going to show you right now. Alrighty. Alright, so that's one color. Alright, I'm going to clean my brush, and I'm going to go with the lighter green, which is the cracked pistachio. And I'm going to put that around here. And then I'm going to pull in a little bit of the abandoned coral. And as you can see, I tried to get colors that are similar to the washi tape on the page. And, I hope it would be great to have, if anybody kind of wanted to follow along. Not that I mean you have to do a page just like mine, and not that you have to focus on the word guidance, but where is God leading you? What is your path for this year? Have you prayed about it? Do you need to change anything? This verse says we can make our plans, but the Lord determines our steps. So, that's something that you have to allow him to do, right? So I think that's a harder thing to not just know it, but to, allow God to work in our lives. So that's really where my focus is God, what do you want me to do? Where should I go next? And you know what? I love to teach. I'm not a teacher. I've never been trained in teaching, but doing something like this it just makes me happy, where I can talk with other people, whether you're a believer or not, and just talk about my faith and where I'm at, and look at the scripture, and what does it mean to me at this time in my life right now? Because scripture has a way of speaking to us where we're at, right? So you can read the same scripture, one time, and then you read it another time, and it can just mean something totally different to you. And that's what, happens to me all the time. So this particular scripture, but the Lord determines our steps. That's what I want. I want him to determine my steps and help guide me. I need that guidance. And actually, I think we all do, right? We all need that guidance. So that's a good prayer for all of us, is to pray and seek God for the guidance, where he wants us to go, what he wants us to do. You know, one of the reasons I am focusing like this is because I know I need to focus more even at church. Like I'm over the ministry for the for our women's brunch that we have, and you know, I need to step it up. I need to step it up. All right, I am going to pull in just a little bit of yellow. I am liking this so far. I do like the shading. I like how it looks, but I just want to pull in yellow just a little bit. And at this point, it's not even going to look super yellow because I have other color down. And again, that was mustard seed. But I want to see if I can just pull in, and I'll lift this up in a minute just to show you. So it's going to make that pink that I put in the middle here a different shade. And on this one, I'm just going around to the different petals and pulling in another color. Yeah, I love yellow on a flower. I don't know why that is. Isn't that funny? You find things that you like. All right, let me lift this up so that you can see them up close. And then the last thing I'm going to do, and then this will be done, is I'm going to just color in these bases right here, or bases, these leaves. And I'm going to, once I get a little bit of color, yeah, see, I like that. I do think it needs just a little bit of more well, you know what, maybe not. I kind of like it just the way it is. It's kind of simple, and I like that. I was going to say maybe I'll take my pen and put a little bit of more like lines and stuff, but I think I'm going to keep it as is. So let me clean this up over here before I make a huge mess. And a little bit of water will clean it up really nicely since these are water soluble. And I'm going to move that to the side so I don't knock it over. And now I think the last thing I'm going to do here on YouTube, I will come back and I'm going to write here what my thoughts are on this day. But to remember what day this is, I definitely want to date it. So it is not 2017, it's 2018. It is February 11th. I hope it's February 11th. I think it's February 11th. I'll just pull out my little archival ink, and I'm just going to go ahead and stamp the date down here. February 11th, 2018, and I think I'm going to call it done. This is unusual for me, this page, or this particular 2-page spread. I don't normally leave a lot of white space. It's very unusual for me. So this is a little bit difficult. Like, I want to take like something and just put color all over the page. But I like this because I think it just helps, you know, the focus of the page to, you know, makes it clearer on what I'm trying to focus on, if that makes any sense. So it brings your attention here, it brings your attention here, and you get a good feel for you know, what I'm thinking, where I'm at today. And that's it. Oh my gosh. That was pretty easy. That was fun. I totally enjoyed that. So, if you're following along with me, what word are you focusing on today that will guide you in your spiritual walk? I used the word guidance. I found an amazing verse, to focus on. So I hope that you do the same. I would love to know what scripture you're focusing on. You can put it in the comments below. If you do a page and you do a video, gosh, can you put the link? I wonder if you can copy and paste the link in a comment, something like that, so that we can follow along with you as well. And let me know if you have any questions at all about anything, and I will be glad to get back to you. And go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Hit that subscribe button. And I'm thinking about doing something, whether it's a YouTube hop or a giveaway or I don't know what. I want to do something on this channel to kind of celebrate that I'm back, because I'm like super excited to be doing this again. That's it. I'm going to stop right now and have a blessed week, everybody. Bye-bye.